Hello, friends. Welcome to Betkraft. Welcome to today's prediction on Betkraft. Today we have a lot of games going on across the globe, and we know that we do have the European Championship going on. That started yesterday. We saw Germany defeating Scotland by 5 goals to nil and 5 goals to 1 actually, and we saw a lot of goals on that one. And today we'll be seeing, the Italian game and also the Hungarian game going on today, later in the day today. And we looked at those two games, and some other games that we brought forward for you on our predictions today on Betcraft. All right, without further ado, I'm going to ask those of us who are coming across our video for the very first time, who are yet to subscribe, to kindly take our time to hit the subscription button down there so that you do not miss out on our subsequent contents that will be coming up on this channel, on a daily basis. All right, that being said, let's start the business of the day, and we're starting with the very first match, which happened to be the Italian match. Italy will be up against Albania. All right, we take a look at how both teams fared in the recent occasions. Also taking it down to how they fared from home and away perspective, and then came up with our verdict. So for the home side, Italy, who in the past 6 games they've been able to achieve 4 wins, but as well they had 2 draws in the past 6 games they had so far. And we side Albania have been able to achieve 2 wins out of the past 6 games they've played so far. And they've also had 2 draws as well as 2 losses in the recent 6 games. And when you take it down to how both sides fare from home or away perspective, you can see that home side, Italy, in the past 10 home games have been able to achieve 7 wins out of those 10. Out of the past 10 home games they played so far, they've achieved 7 wins, but they've also had 2 draws as well as 1 loss. That loss came in their game against England, where they played out a 2-1 loss against England. But they've been able to win 70% of their home games. It goes to show that they're doing very well, the Italian side. And also looking at their away side, Albania, they've had just 1 win in the past 10 away games, but they've been able to achieve 4 draws as well. And also they've had 5 losses, in the 10 away games that they have so far. But I give it to them being the fact that they've been able to qualify for this championship. They're doing very well as well. But we know that the Italians are the powerhouses in this very competition, and they are doing very well at the moment. So we do expect a win for the home side at Italy. Is expected to rise to the occasion and win out shortly, and start their campaign on a high note. It is home win. That's what we expect in this very encounter. All right, and that will take us to the next game, and the next game is also in the European Championship, where we have Hungary, who will be up against Switzerland. Okay, Hungary in the past 6 have been able to achieve 4 wins as well as 1 draw, and also 1 loss in the past 6 games they had on recent occasions. And our side, on the other hand, Switzerland have had as well 2 wins and 3 draws, and also they have seen 1 loss in the past 6 games they had so far. When you bring it down to how both sides fare from home and away perspective, you can see that home side Hungary, who are the surprise, team in this very, championship. They're doing very well. They've won 90% of their home games. They've had just 1 draw. They've been able to defeat the likes of Turkey, Serbia, Bulgaria, Greece, and the likes. Okay, they are a team that is doing so well. And they also topped their group for the qualifying of this very championship. So it is a very wonderful team that we should not neglect in this very tournament. And also taking a look at Switzerland, how they fared, we see that Switzerland in the past 10 away games, they've been able to achieve 4 wins. They've also had 3 draws as well as 3 losses in the past 10 away games they had so far. So when you put all this together, also noting the fact that Hungary have not lost any of the home matches in the past 10 home games I've had so far. It goes to show that this is a team that is doing very well. It's a team that is, making sure that they don't lose matches. And in this very encounter, we expect to see, a result from them. Okay, we don't expect them to lose out shortly in this very game. It is the home side Hungary that we are banking on to win or draw in this very encounter. It is home to win or draw. That's our verdict for that very game. And that will take us to the very next game. And the next game that we have for you today is actually in Nigerian League, where we have a Lobby Stars who will be up against Kwara United. Okay, and when you take a look at the recent games that both sides played, we see that the home side Lobby Stars have been able to win 1 game out of 6, and they've also had 4 losses as well as 1 draw. And the away side Kwara United have seen 2 wins, 2 draws, as well as 2 losses in the past 6 encounters they've had so far. When you take it down to how they're fared from the home and away perspective, and you can see that home side Lobby Stars have been able to achieve 6 wins from home. They've also had 3 draws as well as 1 loss. That loss came in their match against the Aqua United, where they lost that by 2-1. So we do expect to see a home affair, seeing that this Nigerian league, a whole is usually home side who is always expected to rise to the occasion on the as far as the Nigerian league is concerned. Also, when we take a look at the away side, Kwara United, they've had just 1 win, out of the past 10 games they've had so far, but they've been able to achieve 4 draws as well, and they've had 5 losses. Okay, it goes to show that they're not doing very well, seeing that they've only won 10% of the past 10 away games. So it goes to show that they're not expected to do much, especially when they're traveling. So in this very encounter, when you take a look at how both sides fared from their head-to-head perspective, you can see that the last time both teams met saw Lobby Stars defeating this side from away by 2-0, and also prior to that we saw Lobby Stars also beating Kwara United by 3-1. So in this very encounter, when you put all that together, we know that the home side is actually highly likely to rise to the occasion and win outrightly in this very game. It is Lobby Stars to win. That's our verdict for that very game. And that takes us to the very next. And the next is also in the Nigerian Premier League, where we have Heartland FC, who will be up against Niger Tornadoes. Okay, and when you take a look at how both sides fared from the recent games, and you see that Heartland FC have been able to win 3 out of those past 6 games. They've also had 3 losses, and our side Niger Tornadoes have been able to manage just 1 win, but they've achieved 3 draws as well as 2 losses in the past 6 encounters that they've had so far. So when you take it down to how both sides play from home and away perspective, you can see that home side have been able to achieve 5 wins out of those 10 home games, but they've managed 3 draws as well as 2 losses also. Those losses came in the matches against Plateau United, where they lost by 5-1, and also against Enugu Rangers, where they lost by 2-1. But you can also note the fact that the home side, Heartland FC, have been able to achieve 4 wins from home. They've seen 4 straight home wins on recent occasions. And the away side, on the other hand, Niger Tornadoes, in the past 10 away games have had 2 wins, but they've also had 3 draws as well as 5 losses. Okay, and they've won 20% of the away games, which came against the Bender Insurance and also Bayelsa United. Niger Tornadoes were able to achieve 20% of the away games that they played so far. They've been able to win 20% of it. And also looking at head-to-head proceedings, you could see that head-to-head proceedings the last time they met, Niger Tornadoes have, winning. We saw Niger Tornadoes winning that by 3-2, and prior to that, we also saw them, winning by 2-1. But Heartland, won the game just before that one by 1-0. So we do expect, the home side, who has been winning their home games so far, and they've been on 4 games winning run playing from home. So we do expect them to continue that very good run to win outrightly in this very encounter. It is home side to win outrightly, Heartland to win. That's our verdict for that very encounter. And that takes us to the next. And the next game that we have for you is in Denmark. Okay, Denmark second division, where we have Esbjerg who will be up against Nykøbing. Okay, Esbjerg in the past 6 have been able to achieve 3 wins, but they've also had 2 losses as well as 1 draw. And the away side, Nykøbing have had 2 wins and 4 losses in the past 6 encounters they've had so far. So bringing it out to how both sides fared from home and away perspective, you can as well see that home side in the past 10 home games have been able to win 70% of the home matches. They've won 7 games out of 10, but they've also had 2 draws as well as 1 loss. That loss came in their match against Aarhus Fremad, where they lost out by 1-0. So, but they've been able to win a lot of games playing from home, seeing that they've won 70% of the home games. They're a very fine side, and they're doing very well at the moment. And the away side, on the other hand, Nykøbing have won just 2 matches from Norway, but they've also had 1 draw as well as 7 losses. They've lost 70% of their away games. It goes to show that they're not doing very well when they're playing from away. So when you put all that together, we know that the home side is actually, expected to rise to the occasion, seeing that they've been able to win their 70% of their home games, and we do expect a home win in this very one. Home win. That's our verdict for that very game, and that takes us to the very next game for the day, and the next game happened to be in Canada. In Canada Premier League, we will have Atletico Ottawa who will be up against York 9. Okay, Ottawa in the present games that they have so far have won 3 games out of 6, but they've also had 2 losses as well as 1 draw. For their away side, York have had 2 wins, 3 draws as well as 3 losses as well as 1 draw in the past 6 games they had on a recent occasion. And when you take a look at how they performed from home and away, you can see that home side playing from home, they've been able to win 4 games from home, and they've also had 3 draws as well as 3 losses playing from home. All right, and the away side, on the other hand, York 9 have been able to win 2 games from away, and they've also had 1 draw as well as 7 losses from away. It goes to show that the home side is actually expected to rise to the occasion, seeing that the last time both teams met on head-to-head is Atletico Ottawa, defeated this side. That was last 2 months by 2-1 at this very ground. So we do expect to see a home win again. We expect the home side to repeat the fate, defeating their away side again in this very encounter. It is home win. That's our verdict for that very game. And that takes us to the next game, which happened to be the last for the day. Is actually in Singapore, where we have Young Lions who will be up against Beres Niigata. Okay, Young Lions have been able to achieve 2 wins in the recent 6 games, but they've also had 3 losses as well as 1 draw. But their away side also have seen 2 wins in the past 6, but they've had 4 losses as well. When you take a look at how they have performed from home and away, you can see that home side have managed just 1 win from home, but have lost 9 games from home. The away side, Niigata, have managed to achieve 4 wins from away. They've also had 3 draws as well as 3 losses playing from away. All right. What you've mentioned is the fact that out of those 10 games for the away side, they've actually seen over 2.5 on 7 occasions. So it is they've actually experienced a high scoring encounter in the past 10 games that they have so far. So they've scored over 2.5 on 7 occasions, and the home side have also seen a very similar situation, seeing that 7 games also out of 10 have actually seen over 2.5 scoreline. So we do expect to see that same scoreline in this very encounter. We expect to see at least a minimum of 3 goals in this very encounter. It is over 2.5. That's our verdict for this very encounter, and that brings our predictions for you on Betkraft to a conclusion. I wish you very best of luck, and I hope your ticket goes green. Also, remember to play responsibly. It is only a football match. Play with what you can afford to lose. Do not put your entire fortune in a football game. You can go either way. Remember that. So that being said, tomorrow is another wonderful day, and we'll be coming up with our predictions on this very channel. But until then, keep winning.